transgressed prohibition. As we mentioned before, Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam told us the example of the prohibition of Allah is like a fenced pasture of somebody, like it's your property and there is a fence around it. So he said the property of Allah is like the prohibitions. So you are not supposed to trespass, you are not supposed to transgress that. So once a person transgresses that, that is intihak al-hurma. And nahaka wa intahaka in Arabic means mazzaqa, tearing something. So as we'll see in a hadith coming, but انتهكت حرمات الله يعني it is transgressed or torn, means a person did not respect. This is the limit of Allah Azza wa Jalla. فدس شكرا جزاك الله خير بارك الله فيك. So the hadith before, when a person came and asked Rasulullah sallam, Sahabi came and asked Rasulullah sallam, Ya Rasulullah awsini, give me advice. He told him, La taghdab, don't be angry. Right? Don't be angry. That's very clear. So when I say to somebody, don't be angry, what do you understand from that? What do you understand from that? When you say, give me an answer, I said, you know, brother, you have an anger issue. Don't be angry. What am I telling you here? Means don't be angry. But what does that mean? What are the limitations of that? And what if somebody come and rob your house? The Sheikh told me don't get angry, right? Please come in, have a cup of tea. What you going to do? Okay, like somebody coming, like here, and he got keyed your car, scratched your car. Don't be angry, right? That's not the advice. Advice here, don't be angry without a reason. You can be angry if your right is transgressed. Somebody, mashallah, brother got me coffee. If anybody touches this, now I'll be very angry. This is my coffee, That's my fix, morning fix. I'll be angry, If he's telling me, Sheikh, can I take a sip? I tell you, no. I'm not going to say, tfaddal, What I'm trying to say here is, the Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, when he told the person, don't be angry, لا تغضب لنفسك, when you can be patient. Don't be angry for yourself when patience is required. But somebody took your right. Somebody parked in front of your house. Somebody did something which transgresses your right. Then you have a right to be angry. You have a right to say no. That's not what he's talking about. What he's talking about is something can be solved with patience, then you should be patient. But don't be angry when you are not supposed to be angry. Some people, they become like that. They are angry without a reason. And then their anger increases without a reason. Husband and wife will come, and there is something that you should not be angry for. And she did not commit haram. He did not commit haram. Nothing happened. But they were shouting and angry and all of that. Oh, that's an anger management problem. That is the person that Prophet said, La taghdab, control yourself. That's why Allah Azza wa Jalla said, Kazimin al-ghayz, you calm down. That is ghadab. When was Rasulullah getting angry? Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Never for himself. And he exceeded that limit even. To even become angry when his right is transgressed. He would not even do that. A person chokes him, When somebody chokes you, should be angry. You should be saying, why are you choking me? You go and report, abuse. That's all right. But he did not. He even smiled. He said, you want money? Give him money. If this is the issue, don't choke me again. Khalas. He's showing us. At the same time, when someone make the salah longer than required, he became angry. Now, because someone will hate salah, someone will not like the prayer, someone will not like coming to the jama'ah, because this imam makes it extra long. You see, as we will see now, whenever something relating to believe in Allah, relating to somebody's relationship to Allah, somebody's practicing the deen of Allah, somebody transgressing haram, something like that, then he will be angry. It should not be like that. You can see in his face, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And the Prophet, by the way, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, one of his description, that you can see his emotional reaction on his face clearly. He does not hide stuff. You can see in his face clearly. That's why Sahaba sometimes when they see his face is plain, means something serious. He's not happy as usual. He's not angry when something happens. في كده something in the middle. أهمه شيء. يعني there is something he's concerned about. And they narrated that. Sahaba narrated that. In some of the narrations, they did narrate that. They narrate all three states. Three states. When the hadith of Bukhari, for example, a group of people came that they did not look good. They're very, very, very poor, that barely they're covering their, awra. فَرُؤْيَ الْغَضَبُ فِي وَجْهِهِ صلى الله عليه وسلم تَمَعَّرَ وَجْهُهُ. He was not happy at all. And it was seen in his face. How his face color changed, how his face expression changed. Sahaba become scared when they see that. طبعا Prophet for Allah, it's not simple reaction. Sometimes you feel like a little bit sympathy and all of that, but face of the Prophet for these people was type. After they collected money for them and all of that, they said the face of Rasulullah became like shining like the moon. Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. قال إيه فرؤي في وجهه كأنه مذهبة. When you have a tray, golden tray, and the sun comes on the golden tray, what happens? It shines. He said the face of Rasulullah became like that. Same setting. Minutes, right? Now they say on the other side that Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam after one salat al-dhuhr or salat al-asr, he prayed, and he prayed 2 rak'ah only instead of 4. And he أقبل على الناس بوجهه, he turned around looking at the people, and his face was concerned. It's not angry, it's not happy, it's not usual. They don't see the smile that they see, as if something. Until Sahabi Dhul Yadayn told him, Ya Rasulullah, قصرت الصلاة أم نسيت? Is the salah became short? The salah was shortened, or did you forget? قال ما قصرت وما نسيت. Still answering him in a very serious manner. It's not, I did not forget, and the salah is not shortened. What are you talking about? Then Rasul Sallallahu realized, he said, what is he talking about? Did I shorten the salah? He said, yes, you prayed 2 rak'ah only. And Nabi Sallallahu stood up and make 2 rak'ah and then make sajda sahwi, like the forgetfulness there, the salah, the 2 sajda of the forgetfulness. So they always, Sahaba always like cameras, like moving cameras. They see the Rasul was like this, his eyes like this, his cheeks like this, he looked like this, frowned, smiled, always seeing the emotions on. So when someone like that, and he tells someone don't be angry, how are you going to interpret that according to the one who's telling you? He's the Prophet, right? He's a role model. So when he tells him angry, he did not tell him, what do you mean? He got it. So when somebody comes and says, no, Sahaba used to understand beyond your imagination. It's not like us here. So what do you mean? This or this? Or this or that? They got it. Few words, they get the idea. That's why we say that Abu Jahl, in his understanding of the orders, was way better than many. He understood the orders and rejected them. But he understood them very well. He knew what they mean. When the Prophet tell him, say La ilaha illallah, he knows what it means. What does it imply? What does it require? What would be the next step and the next step and the next step? What kind of responsibility it would come on his shoulder by saying La ilaha illallah. So that's why he rejected it. Right? People now reject out of bias, out of desire, out of he got it. So when Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam tells somebody don't do that, he understands exactly what he means. Okay, because they know what is halal and what is haram, and limits of Allah is this category, and my life this category, and the other people this category. So when he tells me don't be angry, it is within that level. They get it. We need usul al-fiqh and usul al-hadith, and we need that to understand the language. Why the Sahaba why the tabi'in and tabi'in and the imams, like the four great imams and all that, make rules for us in the fiqh and all of this? Why did they make those rules? You think, yeah? Why they make like there is fundamentals of fiqh, fundamentals of tafsir, fundamentals of hadith? ليه يعني؟ لانتشار العجمة بين الناس. يعني because people now became very strange from Arabic language. And I'm not saying it, by the way, in any discriminating manner. I'm not. Weakness in Arabic language is weakness in Islam. على طول, straightforward. يعني and I'm not talking individual here. I'm talking about the ummah, يعني, in general, like this, right? At least the sheikhs or the scholars who are teaching you should master that, should have a mastery of the Arabic language. Weakness in understanding the Arabic language, in mastering the Arabic language, will be weakness in understanding what is written in Arabic. Yes or no? Yes? What is written in Arabic? Somebody is limited in understanding and he goes to the source. I'm not talking about anybody individually here. Let's say that now I want to teach you this. So I go now and I start studying in the book of Riyadh al-Salihin. This is the hadith that we're going to do. I go to my references and I read this hadith in details, right? Riyadh al-Salihin, very concise. But this hadith is in Bukhari and Muslim and all of that. And there are explanations for this. Hundreds of pages of explanation in each of those hadith, you know. So now my Arabic language is limited. And that is written in the classical Arabic language up there. What do I get? Based on my limitation, right? Then I come and sit here and explain to you in English. So what am I explaining now? There's a third degree now. So I'm limited in understanding. And then I'm translating to English, which is limited by itself, yani. Yes? Then I'm going to come and tell you whatever I retain. You see how much decrease? Then you're going to get from this, from me, based on your understanding of English too. Yani, my English is not your mother tongue, most likely. You know, immigrant community, this is the idea. Yeah? So you get that. And somebody get all of this trickling down like this. So you're getting like at least maybe part of a percentage, not even 1%. Yeah. Don't be like, mashallah, like we got Islam, Sheikh, we got it, you know. Let's teach our children because we're good Muslims. Yeah. So you're getting like less than 1%. And then how are you going to teach your children, inshallah, next generation, how they're going to learn? That's why third, fourth generation become non-Muslim, completely out. Because of that. So when I say weakness in Arabic language, for those who take from the sources, is weakness in the delivery, is weakness in the practice, is weakness of transferring it to the next one, weakness, ظلمات بعضها فوق بعض. Now you understand the seriousness of this. Education, Islamic schools, now you get it now. So I was talking to someone yesterday, they consulting about education, and let's do Sunday school. In the conversation, they keep focusing on Sunday school. Said Sunday school is part of what? What is it part of? Yeah, you want to teach Sunday school for 3 hours. What is? It's okay, but what is it part of? Yeah, and what is your vision? What is that? It is in a masjid, so the masjid is minimized to Sunday school, 3 hours. That's it. What about those who do not come? No. So what about the parents of those who drop the kids? I don't know. So what are you teaching? You see the point here? Why? Because if you read in the Quran, and you fully understand the Arabic language, I just give you one ayah, right? Fully understand the Arabic language. يا أيها الذين آمنوا قوا أنفسكم وأهليكم نارا وقودها الناس والحجارة عليها ملائكة غلاظ شداد لا يعصون الله ما أمرهم ويفعلون ما يأمرون. O you believe, save yourselves and your families from a fire of hell, the fuel of which is people and stones. Guarding it, that hellfire, يعني, ملائكة, angels, غلاظ, very rough, شداد, very strong. لا يعصون الله ما أمرهم ويفعلون ما يأمرون. They do not disobey Allah in anything that He orders them, and they will do whatever they are ordered. What is this details for? What are these details for? يعني Allah said, يا الذين آمنوا قوا أنفسكم وأهليكم نار. Best. Yes? O you who believe, save yourself and your families from what? Nar. Why more than half of the verse is description of that nar? Yeah, but that's Arabic only. You do not do that in other languages. If you do that in other languages, means redundancy, they tell you. I got your point. They say that in English, right? I got your point. Because English is like that, actually. English is like that. The English language is exactly like that. You have to be precise. Why? I studied linguistics, by the way, so I'm telling you and I understand what I'm telling you. I'm not exaggerating, and I'm not biased against English language, but I'm biased toward Arabic language. So, when a language is limited, then everything in it becomes precise, more precise, because you have few things to express stuff. Yeah? So, you need helping verbs. What does that mean? Yeah? Like you need helping verbs. I am going. You see? Most of the languages don't have that. Most of the languages do not have this kind of helping verbs. Helping what? Verb is a verb, a noun is a noun by itself. You attach to it accessories, it gives you new meanings. That is normally what a language is. Correct? Dhahabtu. Dhahaba means he's gone. Dhahabtu means I am gone. Dhahabti, you are gone, female. Dhahabta, you are gone, male. Dhahabtum, so you give the attachment. Change this hat, put this hat. Put this sleeve, put the sleeve. Put it like that. So that's, but the same thing, you're not changing. I am going. He is going. They were going. So this kind of attachment extra now. Tamam? Language has to be, so I said, save yourself from hellfire. The hellfire, the fuel of which, I got hellfire, I got it, man. But in Arabic language is a language of tasweer. You know what is tasweer? Photography, photography, or it is imaging, a language of imagery, illustrative language, thank you, illustrative language. So whenever you speak, whenever I'm speaking, your brain is drawing pictures. That is Arabic language. You see, Allah chose it to be the last message for Quran because of that. Whenever you understand the language, whenever a verse is recited, your brain never stops what? Drawing imagery. So you will not be actually scared of hellfire except if I describe details for you. So I'm saying that save yourself and your family. Now you know that. You know who's yourself. You know who's your family. I don't have to expound in that when I'm warning. But you know when I'm telling you something about your family, I'm going to say the wife that you love and the children you love and the children you raise. فَلْذَةُ كَبِتِكَ وَثَمَرَةُ فُؤَادِكَ وَحُبُّكَ. You know? In Arabic I have to mention lots of things about your family because I'm emphasizing on that. So I'm going to say, your children, the part is coming from you, and your children that you sacrifice yourself for them, your children, the light of your life. You see, I'm doing this. So now, the imagery in your head, making your children very important. That's Arabic language. You understand? So whenever I'm talking about hellfire, then Allah will start describing hellfire for you like you are watching it right now. You become very, oh, no, I cannot play with that. And when he's talking about Jannah, Jannah has this, akwab, cups, all that, somebody become bored, yani. When you tell them in English, they are bored. I'm telling you, I know. Yani in the language you tell them, in Jannah there is this, Jannah is a place to enjoy. Khalas, man, when I go to the vacation destination, don't burn it for me. In English, kida, yani. Don't burn the movie, you know. Let me go and enjoy myself. If I describe to you and I said, man, you go to Hawaii, the hotel, the doorknobs like this. I said, what are you talking about, doorknobs? In Arabic, that's important. في اللغة العربية, this part is important. I'm just telling you, يعني. It is not redundancy. It is not like extra without weight. Everything explained has weight. So now you have an image in your head that every time the Jannah is mentioned, that beautiful picture that you drawn comes in your head. Huh? Now I want to be there in that destination that have all of this, like that. وأكواب ومن فضة وأساور ومن ذهب, you know, golden bracelets, this and that, and Allahu Akbar. I hope you understand. So when lack in the Arabic language is lack in understanding, those who take from the source. يعني. Whenever somebody goes to the source and they do not have mastery of that tool that you are transferring with, it will be weakness in the transfer, weakness in the understanding, weakness in the delivery, weakness in the understanding, and weakness in the delivery. You know, you keep going like that. So I hope, yani, inshallah, my words become an encouragement for us to taste at least study the Quranic Arabic. You study the word, and it's, because Quran is like from this cover to that cover. Yani, it does not get edited or modified or addition or a new version keeps coming on. It doesn't work like that. So Quran does not work like that. Once you understand it, khalas, that's it. Yes? That's, inshallah, make an effort for that. Take the words of Quran. Inshallah, Brother Reza here did a good project of all Surah Al-Baqarah, word for word and all of this. Inshallah, may Allah benefit him and us with that. So these are good things to do to try to understand the book. And when I try my best, as you see sometimes, I make you taste the word, right? I tell you this word means this and this word means that and the root is like this, so you can have that imagery in your head. Illustration, yeah. Last hadith, there is one point, I hope it was not misunderstood, that word of lengthening the prayer or not lengthening the prayer. I told you before that every imam should be aware of his jama'ah. Of his jama'ah. That's from the imam's side. Okay? From the jama'ah side, when somebody is sick, they're excused from jama'ah. Huh? Yani, a person who is sick comes to the first line and forces the imam to shorten the salah. That's not what it is understood. Yani, you're supposed to stay home. Huh? Or a sister, masalan. Sister is supposed to stay home. And she coming to the jama'ah, says, Sheikh, you make salah long. The hadith you mentioned for us. La, that's not what it means here, right? What it means here is we're not talking about people who are excused from salah. If you're excused from salah, that's fine. Also, there is somebody who is weak. When the Prophet ﷺ said weak, or the person who have a need or something like that, it is not something that it is continuous. Yani somebody weak who comes every single salah, then we shorten all our salah because of that one person. Okay? That also is not understood, right? Also, when the imam is within following the sunnah, whoever is angry, غاضب من غاضب, يعني. So what? يعني I am within the sunnah. And by the way, a salah, 2 rak'ah salah, 10 minutes is absolutely below average. يعني I'm just telling you, يعني. That's from me to you. So you give, we give some point of reference. يعني when a rak'ah takes 5 minutes, that's very, very, very decent. Rak'ah, يعني. Takes 5 minutes, that's kind of like, on the line. So don't think that, something, يعني if an imam with a recitation that I recite, for example, يعني not very slow, not very fast, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, in that, and he reads 1 page in a rak'ah, that's very good. Just giving you, يعني, and that would take for the rak'ah 5 minutes. خلاص. يعني Fajr Salah, 10 minutes, very good. Some people, they pray 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 4 minutes. So when they come to Masjid Al Salam, مصيبة دي. لا, that is kind of, alhamdulillah, we are trained now, and when you see the jama'ah, mashallah, increasing, that means it is good. That is the average we're talking about. Now, if somebody lengthen more than that, then they come in the area of, be careful now. يعني sometimes the salah becomes 12 minutes. Sometimes. Huh? Maybe 15 minutes. يعني once كده every 2-3 months. We're okay. Now, it goes more than that, that's not okay. I hope I'm clear. يعني. For Ramadan, مثلا, we increase more. Why? Because people are motivated, spiritually charged, They're coming for that. So you kind give the Fajr in Ramadan a little bit more flavor. You give the ruku' extra, sujood extra. Now for tahajjud, people are coming actually for long salah. Now you see what I'm talking about, right? So if somebody comes and said, I want to do tahajjud, but do it 5 minutes. La, habib, stay home. You go stay home. Well, sometimes this is the issue. I want to pray and I want to sign as tahajjud, but you do it according to me. I hope this mas'ala is very clear. Yani, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is talking about somebody become regularly lengthening out of the median or out of the average sunnah of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. That's not right. Especially when your people, you know that they go to work right after salah. Don't do that. Yani, I'm telling you that the salah 10 minutes, example, 10 minutes, but if those 10 minutes, majority of the jama'ah here or a large number of people, this salah will delay them from work, I should make it 6 minutes. So it's all relevant, yani relevance to the people behind. I have 50 brothers and sisters praying Fajr with me on weekdays. But salah is 6:15 and they have to be on the job 7 o'clock. Example, yani. Then when it is 6:15, I should make the salah 6 minutes only. Why? Because people have to go and this majority. But Sunday, everyone is sitting here, mashallah. What are they going to do? Save them from going home early. Yani. Give them an extra 2 minutes مع Allah عز وجل. Extra. The Imam is the one with his jama'ah, with understanding the sunnah, with knowing the Quran, with knowing the ahkam, is the decision comes proper. So I wanted to emphasize on that because some people would take the hadith and use it opposite. Yani. This is not what it means. When Rasulullah became angry and say, some of you push people away, I am pushed away, so this hadith applies to me. No, but you pushed away in a wrong way. Yani. You are expecting something which is not right. Okay, so you do not use this dalil for what is not right. Well, someone, their understanding is wrong. And they're using the right dalil, the right proof, yani, the right reference. But not relevant to what you're saying. And what you are actually asking is not right. So do not use that hadith without. The best way, I tell all my brothers and sisters, I'm teaching or the best way to get out of this is to ask the question. What is the sunnah in this regard? Huh? What would be considered long or not long? See, that's a good question. Now you understand better before you jump to the conclusions while you do not have the tools. Yeah. Allahu A'lam. Hadith today is a very important hadith. عن عائشة رضي الله عنها قالت قدم رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم من سفر وقد سترت سهوة لي بقرام فيه تماثيل فلما رآه رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم هتكه وتلون وجهه وقال يا عائشة أشد الناس عذابا عند الله يوم القيامة الذين يضاهون بخلق الله. حديث متفق عليه. She said النبي عائشة رضي الله عنها, she said النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قدم من سفر. He was coming back from travel. في غزوة يعني expedition or something, and he's coming back. سفر. طيب. وقد سترت سهوة لي بقرام. See Arabic language. Who can tell me what is that? Arab. ما هي السهوة؟ لا أنا ما أقول سهوا أقول سهوة. عتبة يعني عتبة الباب. You know, it's like الصفة. تعرفون الصفة؟ What is the صفة؟ شوف حتى دي مش عارفينها. ما هي الصفة؟ ها؟ لا مش entry step. It is a higher than usual step. You know some houses when you go enter, then there is 1 or 2 steps, then you have another level, smaller level. That's called sufa. So when it is a masjid, there was a platform, you know the stage, like a stage, yani we put the stage, but in the back of the masjid, there was a platform that those who do not have houses or anything like this, they sit in it and eat in it and sleep on it, had a sofa. Sahwa ba'a is something smaller. When you enter the house, في كده like a step up يعني. فالسيدة عائشة put a curtain over that. You know, like when you have a kitchen which is exposed, you put a curtain over it, so people, when they are looking, they do not see what is inside the kitchen. So basically, when he entering the room, when a person entering the room, there is a curtain, so you do not see what is behind, unless you open the curtain and enter. That's what she's saying. Satartu, I covered. Sahwatan li, يعني opening كده, which is another level. بقرام. ما هو القرام؟ ستارة يعني. Classical Arabic, by the way, if somebody speaks, 99% of the Arabs will not understand it. It's a completely different language for them. صحيح يعني. So don't feel bad يعني if you're not Arabic. صحيح. يعني an average Arab reciting the Quran will not understand 70% of the Quran. So don't feel bad يعني. That is the يعني هات واحد عربي من الشارع, bring an Arab from the street يعني. Right? And tell them قل أعوذ برب الفلق من شر ما خلق من شر غاسق إذا وقب ومن شر النفاثات في العقد ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد. Tell me what you understand. مش هيعرف. He's not going to know. Oh, yes? He's not going to know. What is الفلق يعني? What is غاسق إذا وقب? He doesn't know. An average person will not know. Yeah, but doesn't know. Right? Average person does not know the derivatives of the verb. غضب يغضب مغضوب. He does not know that. يعني will not understand the concept. That's the average person. Even though they're schooled, يعني, they go to school, unless they study نحو and صرف, that's what is estrangement from Arabic language. That's what I meant يعني. الغربة عن اللغة العربية. You're speaking slang in the street. It does not mean you're speaking Arabic. You're speaking a slang, communication, يعني sounds attached to certain things, and that's it. That's what we do. But when you go and say, no, you use this in here, use that in here, you have to go to school for it. Not just go to school. And they go to school and learn Arabic reading and all that, they still do not learn the Arabic language. Derivatives, i'rab, nahu, sarf. Somebody has to start that. And that's 1% of people, you know. Yani many students finish Al-Azhar now, they do not even speak Arabic properly. هذه مصيبة يعني. There's a big calamity. They do not speak Arabic properly. Huh? فصحى, yeah. They don't. They finish and studied everything in Arabic, but they don't know Arabic. They do not know Arabic. What does that mean? What is that word? We have not studied that word. Older times, a child is raised, his mom speaks to him in that language. فصحى. And they memorize the older poetry before memorizing the Quran. Poetry, like songs now. Kids memorize songs, صح? Right? When they're young, they catch the songs and they just jump and dance and all of that. So they used to give them شعر الجاهلي يعني, the شعر and the poetry, the older poetry. So you find a kid who is 7 years old, literally يعني, 7 years old, making poetry of his own. بيقول شعر يعني بتاعه هو. يكلم أمه مثلا, أمه زعلانة منه, يقوم يقول لها قصيدة شعر. يعني his mom is not happy with him, he makes a poem for her يعني, in classical Arabic. أيوة. And this remains of that for us to believe. يعني otherwise, if I'm reading this, I will not believe it, right? But there are, in Mauritania, for example, there is a group of people, they raise their children like that until now. So you find a 7-8-year-old riding the donkey, going to that, and he's making a poem today about what he sees around him يعني. poem يعني موزونة ومقفاة, شعر يعني فصيح. Then they memorize Quran. Now when they memorize the Quran, fully understood. See, you have the tools. Now when he's like 14 and 15, يعني sitting, ما شاء الله, I can sit under his feet to learn, you know. تفسير بقى وحديث you know. Once he's 20, خلاص, that's a mufti بقى, scholar. That's how they raise, huh? That is the Arabic language. فتقول سترت سهوة لي بقرام. يعني a regular Arab now says, what is sahwa, what is qaram? That is most of the sentence are not understood. Imagine now if I'm speaking like this, most of the sentences. So, huh? I need a translator. فالسهوة هي مكان عالي في البيت مثل الصفة. Like that, and a higher level. And she has a curtain بقرام فيه تماثيل. Has pictures in it. تماثيل in Arabic has two meanings. That's why I said the hadith is important. يعني. تماثيل is the plural of تمثال. تمثال يعني statue. طب how a curtain has a statue? It's not a 3D يعني. ما هو في curtains maybe 3D technology we have now. Something like 3D كده in the curtain itself. لا. That was drawn by hand. So that's one type. One type is to make a sculpture, right? Like with the clay and all of that, and make an actual lifelike 3D timthal. That they used to do that, like they worship the idols. صح؟ أصلا. And making a picture by hand on fabric. They used to have that في الجاهلية. They've got it from Sham, from Yemen, Egypt. Egypt was famous with cotton, you know, and they draw those things in it. Somebody draw flowers or trees, or when somebody come to Abdullah ibn Abbas, he said, I make these things, I draw these things. He said, avoid anything that has a soul. Avoid humans and animals, and draw, you know, from, you know, trees and stuff like that. She said that I had a curtain that has some tamathil. The hadith, all the narrations did not say pictures of what. Yeah, did not say pictures of what. Most likely animals. Oh, that's the only thing, because it does not have human beings in it. It has animals. يعني ممكن, what kind of animals? Allahu A'lam. يعني that is not clear in the hadith. But she said tamathil. Tamathil means pictures of something that has life in it. And if it has humans, it would have been mentioned. It would have been mentioned. And some hadith mentioned tamathil that has humans. They said that, you know, the idols that it used to worship, it looks like a bird, it looks like a human. They describe that. So if it has humans, the hadith would have said that. So we get only narrowed down to what? Pictures of some birds and animals. Those are the two types. One is the actual statue. One is a picture of a statue. They did not have technology of taking pictures or stamping or anything like that. They had the technology or the tools of drawing by hand. فالنبي صلى الله عليه وسلم saw that in front of him. فالنبي صلى الله عليه وسلم, when he saw it, he tore it apart. He هتكه, he held the curtain, snatched it. وتلون وجهه, his face colored. You know, when a person is angry, face becomes red, or his sad face becomes like pale. So تلون وجهه, not happy. And then he said, Ya Aisha, oh Aisha, the severest punishment that can happen to people in the day of judgment will be for those who are imitating the creation of Allah. By drawing, imitating the creation of Allah. Now, somebody said, I'm not imitating the creation of Allah. I'm drawing because I like the picture. Right? Now, while the Prophet ﷺ said, يُضَاهُونَ خَلْقَ اللَّهِ, they are, because that actually was how skilled the person is when it is closest to reality. They used to say, wow, it looks alive. Huh? You get it now? So even when you say, oh, I'm not imitating Allah, but you are. You are actually. When would you like a picture drawn? You see, it's closest to what? Reality. So when you something, oh, is this a picture? Is this a photo or a or an image drawn? A painting. Is it a painting or a picture? See, that means that person was very skilled. And some people, they are like that. They teach drawing, painting, that you see, wallahi, the mountains and the snow and everything they did is like a real picture. You know what I'm talking about, right? Imagine now he is drawing what? An animal or a human, which people do. You said, wow, he drew a picture of that person. It's exactly like him. هذا haram now. Now you know why. يُضَاهُونَ خَلْقَ اللَّهِ. Oh, I'm not imitating Allah, but you actually are. You listen to what people say. The closer to the reality it is, the more skilled. That's why Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, those who make the tamathil, who make the sculpture of the statues, will be called Yawm al-Qiyamah, and Allah will say, put the ruh in it. Give it a life. وَلَا يَفْعَلُونَ. They will not be able to. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam warned, they said, this is bad. Right? في other hadith that Jibreel alayhi salam did not want to enter the house. And he came to Rasulullah and said, I was here last night. I did not enter the house because there was a dog, a small puppy under your bed. You know, stray dogs in Medina and all of that. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam did not order to kill or anything. Khalas, dogs. The hukm of your relationship with dog does not mean eliminate dogs. Some people have mixed those two. So a dog, puppy entered the house. Kida, nobody knows. Some people use this and they say the Prophet had a pet in his house. So please buy me a puppy, daddy. La. Jibreel did not enter because of that. And then there was another curtain, right? And has some pictures in it. And Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, why did not come? I waited for you. He said, I did not come because there was. So move the dog out. الملائكة لا تدخل بيتا فيه كلب ولا صورة. The angels. صورة يعني picture of a statue. Not any picture. I'll talk about that. So when they say surah in Arabic, now we say surah means photography, photo. They didn't have that. So you have to eliminate all of that from your head when you are reading the text. That's why I said, lack of understanding the context will give you lack of understanding the hukm. Yeah? So when you say surah, it is not the surah that you know now. Right? Because this is different. You are not imitating anything. You are actually taking the image of Allah Azza wa Jal in a certain technology. So it's not there. You are putting effort to create. Okay? That's not what's happening here. So he told him, and take the curtain and make it some pillows that you step on or lie down on. So here another hukm that maybe you can use in something that you step on or in the ground, but don't put it in front of you to distract, because the Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was distracted. A third hadith, the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was looking at something like this when, and to tell you that it was a normal household. Women go buy something, hang it, not thinking, but Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam gives the hukm, ruling, So there are three different occasions. One, Jibreel did not enter because of a curtain. One, the Prophet was distracted in the salah because of a curtain. One, the Prophet ﷺ was coming from the travel because of a curtain. Maybe two of those occasions is the same, but is there. There are multiple occasions, multiple reasons. But telling us that take this curtain and put it here. But in here, the Nabi ﷺ tore it. It cannot be even used as pillows. Because what distracted him was not a curtain that has tamathil in it. Maybe it has flowers. Something which is halal. But he did not want it to be distracting him in salah. فالسيدة Aisha took it and stitched it and make it two pillowcases. فالنبي saw it as a pillowcases, is okay. Pillowcases on the floor, it is okay. But curtain in front of me in the Qibla is not okay. So that is disregard. But in here, he tore it because it has faces of something alive. Okay? طيب. والعلماء قالوا الصورة الوجه. What is haram in the surah? The face features. So if you have a statue without a head or a face, it's okay. Like the mannequins. Sometimes you go to see mannequins, you see they have face slashed, right? And some mannequins do not have. They just have the neck. That's fine.
So paintings are haram.
Huh?
So paintings are haram. They have faces of animals.
Right. Faces of animals or humans. Paintings. Yes. So if you make a statue or you draw something like a statue, that's not allowed. Now taking pictures or making for kids toys and all that, that's another hukm, maybe for another session, yani, we talk about it. Okay? But originally, this is the default rule that Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam did that. So I said, yani, when somebody came, as I said to Abdullah ibn Abbas and others, said, you know, if you scratch that off, yani you have a picture of something and you fix the painting, so the face is not having features. Yani if the face doesn't have features, it's okay. Sometimes kids draw a face kida like, Baba, this is you, this is mom, you know, like very scribbly kind of thing. That's all right, yani. Okay? Or you do the face, but the eyes is not clear. You're making like a slash for the eye or something for the nose. That's all right. But features, lifelike, that is where the issue comes. That is where the problem is. Okay? So if somebody make a face with eyes only, or make a body and everything, but the face features are not clear, or from a side profile, that's fine. Yani. It's not an issue here. But when you make the wajh, this wajh here, then we have a problem. Is that clear? Now we're going to come to the how about this, how about that, how about this, how about that. Yeah. But that's why I'm saying portraits, don't paint, draw anybody, period. Portrait is a portrait. You drew someone, destroy that. Get over with. And you will see how hard it is. You will see actually the reason with your reaction. Oh, this portrait has been generation in my family. Oh, this is for my grandfather. Exactly. You see now how your heart is attached to it? Almost you're going to be worshipping it. Let's see how you're going to get rid of it. Huh? Let's see how fast you can get rid of those. Even people in their wedding pictures, so what? Yeah? What if you lose your wedding pictures? Yeah. لا يا أخي, I did not say wedding pictures. It's haram. I'm saying تعلق القلب بالأمور هذه هو ده سبب الحرمة. ده اللي أنا بحاول أقوله يعني. What I'm trying to say is the reason is the attachment of your heart to those things. If I tell you now the portraits, if I tell you the wedding pictures is haram, if I tell you, if I prove that to you, يعني, would you go get rid of it today? You see, هو دي المشكلة. You're going to think twice before. You will try to convince me right now. شوف, على طول right now. Convince me it is haram. I don't think it is haram. You like this. You know, على طول. That's exactly why the ulama said about haram things. Haram. Exactly for that reason. You can sacrifice your salah, you can sacrifice your jama'ah, you can sacrifice reading Quran, but you cannot sacrifice your wedding picture. I'm not saying it's haram yet. I'm not saying that. I'm not. But what I'm telling you, how your heart is attached to it. What is haram about wedding pictures is to show it to others. Is to hang it in your living room. هذا لا يصح ولا يجوز. How يعني you put it in the living room for anybody coming to see your wife? إيه لا والله هذا أمر عجيب. إن هذا لشيء عجاب يعني. Look at my wife, how beautiful she is. That's what you do. Look at me. Oh, I'm very sharp. And look at my wife with her full makeup, and look at how we're hugging each other. Look at the kiss I'm giving on her forehead, and that's me right there. Is this man يعني? Is this a man? هذا ليس رجلا. عندي ليس رجلا. عندكم انتم ايه بقى؟ اسمه ايه ده الراجل ده؟ اللي بيفرج الناس، بيفرج مراته للناس. مودرن مان، ها؟ حاجة متفتح liberal man يعني. Open minded. Showroom for my wife يعني in different states. This on the mountain كده وhugging her وpicture وsmiling حاجات كده. هذا حرام. Haram is not in the photo. Haram is showing it like this. This is your thing. Cherish it. ماشي. أنت و your wife كده look at the album, happy, lovey-dovey is okay. That's no problem. For yourself يعني. Put it in your bedroom, no problem. Okay? But hanging it to people, that's not right. Now photos and photography excessively, this is makruh يعني. But it's okay. We cannot say it's haram. لأن taking pictures, as I said, ما فيهاش مشكلة. يعني الكاميرا والفيديو all that, that's the fatwa يعني. So Sayyida Aisha radiallahu anha said the Prophet became angry and we saw it in his face when he saw this picture of Tamathil. So hatakahu, and he said the worst people in the Day of Judgment are the ones who are imitating the creation of Allah. So do not come and say that I do not imitate the creation of Allah. Because if there is an action which is done for imitating the creation of Allah, it is haram to be done for a different intention. I hope the rule is clear. Yani. So you do not say that I put a statue at my home, but I'm not worshipping it. Well, some people will come and say that. The statue is haram because of worshipping. Right? The person who did it is because he's imitating the creation of Allah. But I'm not having it at my home. It's a decoration, Sheikh. I'm not worshipping the idols at my home. But maybe 6 generations down, somebody will worship it.
Even
Eh?
plants? Even plants or trees?
لا لا. Plants are trees like no problem. حتى في الحديث قال يعني اقطع رأسه حتى يصير كالشجرة. في حديث كده يعني. There is a hadith says take the head off until it become like a trunk of a tree. The idol يعني I mean the statue. So شجرة, flower, rivers, scenery, mountains, beautiful. Put on your wall. It's no problem يعني. It's okay يعني to look at something that makes you feel better and all of that. It's okay. يعني no problem. The whole idea is to distract you, number one. Number two, that your heart become attached to it more than the book of Allah and the Akhirah and all of that. It becomes a problem. I remember when I was young, certain family members يعني, have a picture of the great-grandfather, something like that, drawn by hand. It took years to convince them to take it down. Years. You know what I mean? The older generation, that was like kind of a big war is going to erupt. Yani. If you even dare talk about this one. It has been there forever. You telling us this is so what is the difference between these people? They come and make sajda to the Grand Master. The martial arts and all of that. They put the Grand Master picture and they have to actually make sajda, all the black belt. They make sajda يعني. Sujood in the ground. Part of the culture. So that's the only thing was left. Convince and telling until it came down and they wrapped it in something and put it like aside. Very sad in the heart that this man was up in the wall, now we throw him away. His memory was, he's in the ground. Oh God, who remember him a few years from now. That's exactly why. For may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us among those whose hearts are attached to Him subhanahu wa ta'ala only. نعم حبيبي. هو قال جبريل why جبريل عليه السلام did not enter because this is what it is. الملائكة لا تحب الكلاب. يعني the angels do not like dogs. Allah created them like that. The angels do not like bad smells. The jinn, they like bad smells. يعني الشياطين, they like bad smell. So if you put perfume and everything, the jinn away from you, the angels are closer to you. A dog, Allah knows, like Allah make the pig haram. Why Allah make it haram? We can come up with different reasons. But haram is haram because He told us it is haram. We can come up with reasons. But are those the reasons why Allah make it haram? Not necessarily. Why? Because someone can make a genetically modified pig that does not have any of the reasons that you came up with. What are you going to do then? You're going to eat it? Why? And I have consumption is haram. What I'm saying, but why the consumption is haram? Good. See, now this is what I'm talking about. Because he eats everything. Is this why Allah said don't eat pig? Did Allah say don't eat pig because it eats everything? But what if there is a pig that does not eat anything? Still haram. What if it does not have that worm or whatever? Still haram. So at the end of the day, what is the reason? بس كده. Why Jibreel did not enter a house that has dog? عشان كده. This is a dog, this is an angel. They don't come together. Why بقى? This is another point يعني for another day. You get the point? ففي أشياء في الفقه اسمها غير معقولة الدلالة. في أشياء معقولة الدلالة، في أشياء غير معقول الدلالة للتعبد فقط. يعني إيه؟ في things that has reasoning. موجود الريزونينج. إنما يريد الشيطان أن يوقع بينكم العداوة والبغضاء في الخمر والميسر ويصدكم عن ذكر الله وعن الصلاة. reasoning. Why the drinking and the gambling is haram? Because shaitan makes you enemies for each other and they take you away from the dhikr of Allah. So avoid it. في reasoning. It might not be the whole reasoning, but there is clear what? Reasoning. Okay? Allah Azza wa Jalla said, do not have the sexual relationship with your wives when they are in their menstrual period. What is the reasoning? What if she cleans herself very well? You see what I'm saying? Like, you cannot do it. That's what I'm trying to say. يعني what is going to be, you cannot still do it. Is she in her period or not? She is. خلاص حرام. So you could not come and say, because of that. Then somebody will come and say, okay, I'll eliminate that reason for you. لأني الحكم يدور مع العلة وجوبا وعدما. يعني الحكم, the ruling, as long as the reasoning is there, the حكم is there. Take the reasoning out, the حكم goes out. So there are أحكام without reasoning because of that. Just to obey Allah عز وجل فقط. الظهر 4 ركعة. When you travel is 2 ركعة. ليه مش 3? Why it's not 1? Why المغرب 3? There is no why here. That's why we tell the children here and everything cannot be asked by why. You cannot ask why all the time. Because they ask why, and when you don't answer, see, you don't have an answer. But you cannot ask with why, aslan. You are not supposed to say why. That is the idea of ibadah of Allah, is not to say why. You can say why in the things that you are allowed to. In the worship, there are things you are allowed to ask with why. Even before you asking me why, I'll tell you why. We're doing this because of that. We pray because Allah ordered us, and prayer gets us closer to Allah. Allah said that. Salah will get you closer to Allah. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said that. خلاص. Allah Azza wa Jalla said, you get closer to me through the fard. And I love you because of the nafil. He told us. So that's why we do it. But why we're doing it like that? That's not having a reason. فهمتم? We pray nafil, so Allah loves us. We know the reasoning for the nafil prayer. But why you don't pray nafil like this? ما فيش سبب. That the Rasul said, that is what it is. Okay? Why nafil only in the last third of the night? يعني مثلا tahajjud. Why tahajjud is after you wake up from sleep at the last, why? Oh, okay. This is how it is. Why you have to do 33 subhanallah 33 why يعني 33 مش ليه 34 يعني why it is not 3 مثلا subhanallah 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 الحمد لله الحمد لله الحمد لله why هو كده في some reasoning why 99 names يعني of Allah why he did not say 97 why he did not say 100 names ما هو في more than 100 names why 99 يعني why the name 99 هو كده why ليلة القدر has to be one night because of why the angels do not enter a house that has dogs because they don't like dogs. Why they don't like dogs? هو كده يا أخي. It's just like that. It's just like that. But that is the idea. Why shayateen like bad smell? هو shayateen. They like bad stuff. فيعني ما فيش شيطان كده واحد سوبر. He likes perfume وجورجو أرماني وstuff like that يعني. لا هو like bad stuff. He comes for bad stuff. Angels تتأذى مما يتأذى منه ابن آدم. If you smell garlic or onion, angels will not come close to you. Whatever you do not like the taste of, angels do not like the taste of. Taste don't mean food يعني. Tasting stuff يعني. Anything. فالملائكة لا تدخل بيتا فيه كلب ولا صورة. By the way يا أخواني يعني أحكام الكلب يعني ruling in regards to dog, it does not mean you hate the dog. A man entered the Jannah because he gave drink to a dog. Maybe someone, and I'll surprise you something and I'll finish inshallah. Maybe some يعني we as Muslims, you see, if you see an animal that it is hurting, you're supposed to help it. The حكم of كلب نجس ولا غير نجس, that's one thing. right? But protecting the life of an old is another thing. خلي بالكم يعني the snake is a snake, right? Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, you give 3 times warning if a snake is there, maybe it is a jinn. Huh? And then يعني do not kill. It's not like when you see a snake you just go ahead and لا يعني if you give it a chance to move away, move away. يعني protect the ecosystem يعني. Leave it. Oh, it's not hurting you. خلاص leave it. You do not go back and say where are the snakes? Let's go نعمل بقى ايه elimination. لا, then the rats will come big now. Then you bring cats. Then the cats will become like لا مشكلة. فيعني don't interfere. تعرفون ان في الإسلام there is a concept called الوقف. Concept is called what? We know it's وقف, right? Endowment, trust for a good عمل. For something. يعني the وقف, you buy a shopping center, and that shopping center from the profit after you pay the people and the overhead and all that, all this come to electricity of the masjid. هذا وقف. Or وقف for طلاب العلم. يعني some people who memorize Quran and everything they cannot pay, money comes from that too. تعرفون ان كان في وقف للكلاب الضالة؟ In Muslim history there is a وقف for stray dogs. شفت بقى؟ يعني stray dogs will go to this area to drink water and eat food and everything instead of becoming a nuisance in the community. Just telling you, الكلاب والقطط الضالة كان في واحد يعمل وقف لهذا. ما يجيش بقى واحد يقول لك oh the Muslims are hungry مش عارف ايه for somebody making like this. لا, ما هو that's in Islam is not good argument. Everyone can do according to their ability. كان في وقف للنساء الغاضبات. The women, أيوة, the women who are angry with their husbands and all that, they can go spend the night يعني. Like shelter now. Somebody made a waqf for that. So they do not go and do haram, or they go do something wrong, or they go stay. Who can women only serving? يعني it's عامل وقف for that. There is waqf for the people who are traveling to feed their animals. For the animals, you know when you go travel, you find the rest area. Sometimes the rest area have stuff وفي كده حتة for the dogs and the pets and all that. Yes? هذا Islamic concept يا أخي. Don't think يعني إن أمريكا ما شاء الله came up with that Islamic concept أصلا يعني. يعني when you go to a rest area, في place for your horses and donkeys, people will take care of them, feed them, give them bath, everything. Huh? And it was here when the old cowboy times يعني when they came. Like that. في area for your animals, like a parking garage يعني. Go for your car to get served and for you to go and put your Tesla in the plug and go do the shopping and everything inside. Muslim concept. But this was waqf. Somebody make waqf for it. And I'm telling you the point, waqf for stray dogs. Angels not entering a house that has dog is one thing, and having a waqf actually for stray dogs is another thing. Bas, that's it. يعني do not have a dog inside the house for no reason. Somebody blind or somebody, service dog, it's exempted. When Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said anybody who have a dog that it is not for hunting, not inside the house, يعني even owning a dog that is not for hunting or for a shepherd dog, right? Every day, 1 qirat will be deducted or subtracted from his reward. والقيراط مثل جبل أحد. And the qirat is like the mountain of Uhud. Size of reward. That's what I'm saying. You're not hearing me. I think qirat is the size of mountain of Uhud of reward. Mountain. That's, if imagine your rewards today is like 10 mountains. Inshallah يعني. 10 mountains. 1 mountain will be deducted every day if you have a dog at home. So how many mountains you make every day of reward? And barely بقى we're making some grass كده. You know, a bundle of sand. فقيرات eliminated from that. يعني do not want that. Actually the person who when he accumulates more reward he becomes more greedy. يعني people when they have more money they become very careful with their dollars. That's a formula يعني for you. Millionaires are the ones who put the nickels and dimes more. فإن شاء الله يعني we understand this and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us among those who listen and follow the best of what they listen to. Sallallahu sallam wa barak ala Sayyidina Muhammad walhamdulillah rabbil alamin. Inshallah, next week we have Saturday, we have a program between 10 and 2 to 6, I'm sorry, 2 to 6 p.m. about the impact of divorce in the community. Correct? Marriage. Sorry, divorce is next month. The marriage workshop. The importance of marriage for the community. The impact will be great. So marriage is for everybody, inshallah, for those who are married, those who are children, those who have children about to get married, and those who want to get married. Please call your friends, announce it, forward the flyer from our website. It's an important one from Islamic perspective, psychological perspective, from legal perspective. It will be a lawyer, it will be someone, the therapist, and I'll be there also to give the perspectives. So inshallah, attend that. And it is part of register. You have to register for it, inshallah. So we know the head count and we have that. And hopefully, inshallah, Rabbil Alameen, will accommodate everybody bi'idhnillah ta'ala. So first come, first serve, inshallah. Jazakallah khair. Barakallah. Assalamu alaikum. Don't forget to pray, inshallah, and do have breakfast. ازيك يا محمد؟ لا حالك، الله يبارك فيك. سلام حبيبي، الله يبارك فيك. حبيبي كيف حالك؟ اهلا جميل، كيف حالك؟ وجزاك الله يبارك فيك. كل سنة وانتم بخير، الحمد لله. ايوه حبيبي.
ليست صورة طبيعة يباهي خلق الله.
لا، ما هو الوقت خلاص اللي فيه روح، لأن الأحاديث تحمل على بعضها. الأحاديث تحمل على بعضها.
هي الأجنحة